Hey guys, I'm Matt Busby. I'm here with Daniel Decker. We're here to get you prepared for your first successful track season. We're going to go over some tech items that you may or may not know about to get you ready to go 150 miles an hour. One thing that you always want to take a look at is your brake pads and brake rotors. Brake pads should have between 5 and 6 30 seconds to start your first track day, and rotors should be nice and clean. They should have no lip on the edge of the rotor, no deposits, and definitely no cracks. You want a nice clean rotor, so when you go to hit the brakes, everything works the way it's engineered. When it comes to the tires for your first track day, you want to keep an eye on a few things. Tire thickness is really important. It's one misconception that you're going to go through an entire set of tires for a track day, and this couldn't be further from the truth. We typically, especially in our Michelin Pilot Super Sports, we're getting about 2,000 to 3,000 miles out of a set of tires. Track-only miles, but there are a few things you do want to keep an eye on. Tire depth, the DOT markings. If you have a tire that may look like it has plenty of tread left on it, but it's older than 4 years old, that tire may not perform the way it was engineered to, and it may not be predictable, which makes for a really interesting situation in the car or for your instructor. You do want to inflate your tire to your manufacturer's recommendations, especially like on these Michelins. They do have a recommended track PSI pressure, so do keep an eye on that. And finally, you always want to make sure that your center caps are removed and your lug nuts are torqued to 95 foot-pounds.
Another thing we want to talk about today is brake fluid. You want to make sure your brake fluid is clear and topped off to the proper level. I would also recommend, because of extreme braking conditions that you're going to go through on the track, is you go ahead and step up to a .4 brake fluid. Another thing we want to check on our track car to make sure that it's ready for the track days is you want to check your belts and your hoses. You want to make sure your belts don't have any visual frays, any problems with it, and also your hoses. Make sure you don't have any soft spongy hoses, because when you're out there on the track, you don't want anything to break.
A few things you do want to keep an eye out for during your first track day is the safety stuff. Seat belts are obviously very important. A factory 3-point harness is perfectly okay for your first track day. But if you do plan on putting any kind of racing seat, racing steering wheel, or 5, 6, or 7-point harness in the car, it's a package deal. You can't just do one. You have to do the whole thing at once, or just leave the vehicle stock. The most important safety item you can have at your first track day is your helmet. One thing that you are looking for is a Snell rating. It does have to have the Snell rating, and it's SA 2010 is the lowest rating you can have. SA 2015 helmets are available at our Winding Road store. The way you can tell if your helmet is SA rated is if you peel back the liner, there'll be a big orange sticker that'll have the SA rating. If you have any more questions, visit us at motorsportspark.org, and we hope to see you out at NCM Motorsports Park for the upcoming season.